Today we've got a tailgate from a 2016 Chevy Silverado in the booth. We're just doing a bit of a blend repair job. I'm going to put all the products I used up on the screen so you can see exactly what I'm using. I am using my Iwata LPH 400. It's my everyday gun. My settings for this gun are usually the same for pretty much every job. 1.5 turns in on the fan, 2.5 turns out on the fluid. And I might, depending on, sometimes I'll go down to like 2.25 turns, but usually I run 2.5 turns out. And then 29 PSI for the sealer and 25 PSI for spraying the base coat. Clear coat, I'll usually bump it up to 31 PSI. It seems to suit my spray style with a bit higher air pressure, and I just like how it sprays just over 30 PSI. So right now I spot sealed, blending in some black base coat. I usually do 3 coats. In fact, I'm really adamant about doing 3 coats base. But this black covers really well, and just by looking at the panel after I had it on and checking it out, 2 coats seem to be more than enough. And the paint code for this vehicle is WA8555. It's pretty much just black. I could have used, I probably just could have grabbed some black base coat off the mixing bank, but I just decided to mix up just a small amount of what the actual color is. I felt like that was the more right thing to do. And I usually give 3 to 5 minutes flash time in between coats of base, and I'll make sure to wipe all the dust or anything off the panel in between coats. I use what I call an old tack cloth in between coats of base, and then excuse me, for my final wipe before clearing, I'll use a super clean tack cloth that I keep around. And so starting off on the clear, on a small part like this, I'll usually give it a quick dust. I've heard that can help prevent contamination, and as of late, both myself and the other painter have been having contamination issues here and there, so it's just one more thing you can do to try to eliminate the problem. And I usually don't go too heavy on the first coat, just a quick closed coat just to get it to shine up a little bit. Make sure I get all the edges. And black is definitely my favorite color to spray and clear coat over. It looks so great. So here you can see I caught a bad spot showing through. I think that area must have gotten sanded just a little bit too far. You can kind of see it there. Looks kind of like a swirl mark. So I did some paint magic in between coats of clear coat to address that issue, and we're on to the second and final coat of clear. And usually on my second coat, I try to get it to get that clear to lay out nice and smooth, with a real nice fine orange peel. And it's usually not much of a problem. The LPH 400 just loves shooting clear with that silver air cap, loves it. And once again, this is 31 PSI at my regulator. And now I'm just inspecting to make sure that those that bad area is completely gone, and it is. The panel looks great. I'm just taking my time, making sure that I did not miss anything before I walk out of the booth, because that's a pretty horrible feeling when you come in the next day finding out you got to repaint something because you overlooked it, you know, before you walked out. So I try to get in the habit of completely checking out whatever it is I'm painting and make sure it's completely done. And that's it. Thanks, guys.